To the untrained eye, that may come off as some innocent joke, but we all know every joke contains some truth. I think it's time for us to look more closely into who we decided to marry. Because our initial impact, I was like, I don't really like this joke, but whatever. And then I go into the comment section. This is where things get interesting. Rose says, when my dad retired, my mom cried for a week. You gotta be kidding me, with 26.1 thousand likes. You know how much someone gotta hate you for them to cry for a whole week just because you retired? Mind you, retiring is a good thing. Boy, that's wild. But anyways, Mama Lynn says, nothing's going to be clean no matter how much you clean it for that entire week. Okay, so what? And if it's really that big of a deal, you sit down with your husband, you have a conversation. Hey, when I'm cleaning something, I don't need y'all to come and dirty it. And if y'all do dirty it, clean it up yourself. Jasmine90 says, so we all don't like our husbands to be at home. Yeah, of course y'all don't. Y'all just want workhorses. Y'all want men that go to work nonstop, pay all the bills. They never get to actually enjoy none of the money that they've made at said job. Like, how horrible of an individual you gotta be to marry someone and not want to be around them in any way, shape, or form, especially for an extended period of time. And that comment got 9,000 plus likes. This is insane. Viola T says, mine recently retired and I am 15.9 thousand likes. Viola, why would you marry a man just to feel like you weren't with him? The decisions y'all make. Y'all marry people y'all don't like. Y'all just marry men that are going to pay your bills and take care of you. It's not because you actually want to be with this person. You deserve to be for that. Cody says, my husband works from home now. Going on 4 years of it. Send help. 2,000 plus likes. After a while, it comes to a point where these things are not even jokes anymore. Too many women are saying the same thing. Like, there's no way. That God says, may this love never find me. And the creator that created the original video sent him this response with the stale face. Yeah, may that love never find me as well. Because what the why wouldn't you want to be around your partners, let alone someone you married? Kat says, no, because why would they do that? Because they got vacation or they want to be at home. They want to enjoy the money that they've made at this job. They've been working nonstop probably. That's why they would do that, Kat. Blue Lantern Berry says, what is it like to be married to someone you don't like? ? The creator of the original video says, I don't know, Blue Lantern Berry. My husband is a happy camper. Don't you worry, buddy. Yeah, their husbands are always happy campers when they doing some online. I'll be damned. I'm working my off, breaking my back, and my wife is at home, taken care of. And instead of reciprocating, she's online making videos about hating the fact that I'm going to be home for a week. Get the out of here, man. Kale says, OMG, I found my people. You know, this is all fun and games until one of their husbands sees this post, see them in the comments on this post and decide to, go his separate way. And then all of a sudden, men ain't. But you know what? I know they ain't gonna listen to what I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
Am I the only one that's like this?
I would like to go out on a limb and say that she is the only one that's like this, but in today's day and age, there are a lot of weird people. Few discretion is advised.
When my husband is sick, he's been puking all night. Even if he has a cold, for some reason, the rage inside me is such a fiery rage. And I know there's nothing he can do about it to control it. But it just makes me so angry. It's so ridiculous that it makes me so angry.
In the words of the young people today, may this love never find me. Because it's one thing to think about your partner that way when they are sick, bedridden to some degree. But it's another thing to record a video and post it online for the world to see. And I'm a firm believer they only do that to validate what it is that they're saying or feeling. They get online, give these takes, and they know if they post it online, there is enough crazy people in the world that will possibly agree with them and validate the thing that they are saying or feeling. And in this case, this woman knew I can get at least 150 people to say, I know what you're talking about. And that alone is enough for her to feel good about this horrible take she just gave us. There should never ever be a reason why you feel rage when your partner is not at their best. Tell me you don't with him without telling me you don't with him. How can I look at my partner with the flu? 5 years ago we had COVID and think, oh my God, why? Why are you sick right now? Like, ugh. And I'll even take it a step further. You don't like when he's sick because he's no use to you. He can't go to work. He's not making any money. Honestly, he's not in the best shape to defend you. He's not in the shape to do anything. No yard work, no nothing. You got to do everything for him because he is sick. And you are put in the true position of selflessness. You got to put your best foot forward. You have to put 100% of the output And the fact of the matter is there's no true reward at the end of it. Because you don't look at his health as a reward for you. I'm almost 100% sure you look at his health as just a benefit to him. You hate that fact. And in turn, you hate him. Now, I do wish he sees this video and he reevaluates. But I also understand there's only so much I can say to a man like that because he did choose you. And I'm almost 100% sure he was aware of the kind of person you were. And it's very unfortunate. But you know what? Fortunately for the both of y'all, you ain't gotta listen to I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, I keep the change.
Yo, if she could, she would.
I want you to watch this video and you let me know how you feel about it.
Because I'm in love with you, baby. I love you.
My friend, buddy, this is all out of love. Any woman that drools over another man like that, even if it's an artist, it doesn't matter. If she could, she would. Okay. If it was the other way around, him going to the Rosalina concert, going crazy, sweating over her like that, yeah, the comments wouldn't be very supportive.
Facts.
And it's not about being insecure. No. It's just having self-respect. How's my partner gonna drool over another female like that? Even if it's an artist. At the end of the day, they're still human. I don't care if it's an artist. It's self-respect. We have normalized that type of behavior just because it's an artist. We idolize these people like they're like this type of goddess and when they're just another human being. And yeah, maybe it's just, a fan, right? But we all know that if a female goes crazy over a male like that, if she could, she would.
Where's she wrong? Like, where's she wrong? You see, there are a lot of smart females in the world. You just haven't found one yet. But she right. Imagine your girl drooling, going crazy at a concert over a dude. It just goes to show if they were close and homie was like, yo, you want to get on stage or try to reach out? Yo, she gone. She in her mind, this is my chance. This is it, yo. And that's how it is. Yo, as a normal dude, you are able to get your shorty to drool over you the way most chicks drool over concert dudes. It is possible. Literally. Be charismatic, confident, and hit the gym. Literally. Get your body right, have some confidence, and yo, a shorty will drool over you like that. If you get your game to that point, you will have that same reaction. If you don't got that reaction from your shorty, she ain't the one and you ain't doing your job. But for real, if a dude was doing this to some, maybe got some Nicki fans or whoever, some dudes that like that and going crazy over some shorty, over some superstar actress chick just going crazy, then yo, it would be looked at differently. Because the whole point is, yo, if she could, she would. The Chris Brown, we talk about it. If those chicks are taking pics with Chris Brown for whatever thousands of dollars they paying and Chris was like, yo, you want to head to the back real quick? 99% of them chicks is out, especially if they idolize Chris. That's what I'm saying. And it's not insecure. It's preferences. I prefer for my chick to want me more than she wants some artist or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not insecure. It's just the way it is. Since it's a woman, it's like, yo, chill, man. She's just having fun. Nah, B, have fun with me. We're not doing none of that. So this chick is completely right. I think this process is fire. Homie in the video, he'll learn the hard way, but they look like a young couple, so he got nothing but time to learn. Fellas, get your body right, get your mind right, and get you some.
It really does. It really does take a special type of stupid. It takes a special type of stupid to get on here talking about when he has a cold and he's puking. The rage I get. Maybe that's not rage. Maybe that's immaturity. Maybe that's stupidity. I think that would be more apt. That's more likely the thing that's going on. You have a mental illness. That's what you're suffering from. You're suffering from a disability of being stupid. That's what you have here. Modern women, they don't know when to be quiet. And like Self-Checkout said, these modern women, they know if I'm this stupid, there's probably going to be some women out here that are just as dumb as I am. So I'm going to put it online and I'm going to be backed up and affirmed in my stupidity. And not only is it going to be stupid, it's going to be full throttle stupidity. Oh yes, girl, I was wondering if anybody was going to say it. That means if you were wondering if anybody, I felt like it, but I didn't want to be the first one to say it. How long have you been thinking with this pattern of stupidity? Would be the next question. Has this pattern of stupidity affected the rest of your life? What do you got going on? Modern women don't know how to be emotionally mature. They don't know how to just stop talking. If you have that much rage, maybe you should turn it into productivity. Maybe you should take your silly behind out there and rage on Panera Bread. Get this man some soup, a sandwich, and a salad, and maybe a little treat and drop it off at the house. Oh, baby, I went and got you something. Or maybe you can go to Costco and get him some chicken noodle soup. Chick-fil-A, Sam's Club. There's plenty of people, if you don't want to make any soup, that have soup already made. You just throw it in the microwave and heat it up and leave them to it. If you got more rage after that, take the kids to the park. If you got more rage after that, take the kids to your mom and daddy's house. If you got more rage after that, take them home, wash they behind, and put them in the bed. Go to sleep. Man, you guys got to start thinking of and start finding ways to get that stupid up out of your system. We sit up here and we say, man, well, I'm about to take my kids to the park and run all that little energy they got up out of them. They going to bed tonight. But we really need to start doing that with modern women. We need to create a space to where it's like a stupid zapping factory, like a dumbness, like an immaturity zapping factory, where we can take these modern women and just dump them off. How long you got? How long I need to pay you for? $250 for 2 hours? We gotta stop them. $250. After I get back, I'm expecting for all of the immaturity and the stupidity to be zapped out of there. And when I get them back, I don't gotta worry about that. Anybody want to partner with me? We can actually do that. I don't know what that would entail, but that would be a business opportunity. How many men would drop off their wives? How many men would drop off their girlfriends and say, in 2 hours, $250? That's saving them money. Let me know in the chat.
All my kids had to sign a prenup before they got married to their partners, because if they didn't, they wouldn't get anything from my will.
You don't have a prenup, you don't take under the will. First, all my children are married. All my children have prenups. In my estate, it works like this. If you don't have a prenup, you don't take under the will.
Bingo.
So I become the bad guy. And every time I tell people this, I don't know how old your kids are, you will remember this, believe me. So you don't want your kid to have to be the bad guy. You're the bad guy. So my kids can say, hey, my dad, my dad. Now, if you don't want to sign it,
Yeah,
we're not getting it.
that's right.
And so that's the first thing. The prenups are fairly tough.
Okay.
Like, you know, one lawyer said this is the most egregious document I've ever read.
Egregious.
I'm
sure you took it as a compliment.
I said by design. By design. And so, but listen, all of the daughter-in-laws, the son-in-law, I love these folks, but I'm not going to have a situation where somebody can come in and, you know, my one son, Matt, said, because he was the first one, he's like, well, Daddy, maybe I put a clause in there that if I cheat on my wife, that is a null and void. I go, no, because we don't need to have any litigation. He goes, I'm not going to cheat. I said, I know you're not, you know. But he asked that question. I said, let's just get the document signed.
Everybody should be signing a prenup.
Most men are deeply unattractive because of Mother Nature and something called the Great Scam.
Oh, goody. Another genetics expert.
Great Scam was the day that the male of the species convinced the female of the species that it no longer needed to prove itself worthy in order to reproduce and have babies.
Wait a minute. They can't be insinuating that the only thing that a male would have to do to prove himself worthy of reproducing would be to be attractive, right? They can't mean that.
The fact that the men are ugly says otherwise, right? They're not supposed to exist. They're supposed to be cannon fodder to the strong, attractive men who are worthy of having babies.
Oh dear. That really does seem to be what they meant. But unbeknownst to a great many out there, there are more qualities to look for in a potential partner than just what they look like. And our ancestors actually knew that.
We're out here being like, the men don't take care of themselves, that's why they're unattractive. No, you're a 10,000-year-old genetic anomaly. He's not supposed to exist, babe.
It will never cease to amaze me how some individuals can remain so willfully uninformed when there's so much information freely available out there on the internet. But let me just say this. Most individuals are aware that there is more to selecting a partner than just what they look like. But I wonder if individuals like this keep the same energy for unattractive women. Or is that another story?
Do y'all know that if a woman cheats, it's the man's fault? If a man cheats, it's the man's fault. If a woman decides to leave her marriage, She's empowered. No, she's just out here trying to find herself. Have a little sympathy. But if a man decides to leave his marriage, you know he is labeled a deadbeat. Kids weaponized against him. He is abandoning his family. Y'all see where I'm going with this? No accountability with women. I mean, think about it. We live in a society where a woman can burn the whole house down and then turn around and blame it on the man for handing her the lighter in the match. And women nowadays have a hard time accepting accountability because then they can no longer play the victim. And when they can't play the victim, then they no longer have control over the situation. But if they would just realize that the moment that they did decide to take accountability, that's actually when they gain the power, not lose it. So the real question is, when are we going to start holding women to the same standards that we hold men to? I mean, blame a man if you want, but at some point you have to look in the mirror and realize that the common denominator is you.
No, boo.
Okay, you know they gotta talk about your bonnet. You don't care?
Huh? No.
Okay.
Because they gonna take me as I am.
They gonna okay, what's your name?
My name is Tish. I'm from Illinois.
What you do for a living?
I'm an escort. What?
So you get paid to have sex with men?
Correct.
What you calling me for? You already got a pool of men to choose
No,
from.
listen. But I'm trying, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, I just want to, you know, one friend, that's it.
So the men you sleeping with, they can't be your friend?
I mean, they okay, you know, they already occupied, they are married and stuff like that, you know, so.
Well, let me ask you, have you ever had a boyfriend while you've been an escort?
I have, of course, I have 11 kids.
Are you being honest?
I'm being very honest with you, yeah.
How many baby daddies do you have?
I have 2.
Okay, so you couldn't be with any of those men?
No, because he's a mess. He was toxic, my first baby daddy.
How old are your kids?
My daughter is 14 years old with a 2-year-old. And
your 14-year-old daughter has a 2-year-old daughter?
Yeah. A 2-year-old son.
A 2-year-old son?
Yeah.
So your daughter got pregnant at 11?
Yeah, she got pregnant at 11 and had her baby at 12. Correct.
Did she get pregnant by a boy her age?
Yes.
This Tish, here's the deal. You're being authentic with me, right?
I'm being very authentic with you.
This is a lot, and you already know this space. So are you ready for the conversation that's going to be had around you?
Yeah.
So these are the questions I ask everyone, right? And when you say the amount of kids, the next question is, how old are they?
Oh my gosh, you are all my kids' ages?
Yes.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and I have a 1-year-old.
So the 1-year-old, and this is by 2 men?
Yes.
Have you ever been married?
No.
And why you're not with the 1-year-old dad again?
What, you talking about the one with the 10 kids?
Oh, you have 10 kids by one and then 1 kid by one other person?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, why are you not with the man you have 10 kids with? Check out the full interview now inside the Kendra G Singles dating app, available on iPhones and Android phones.
I have a guy best friend that I do everything with. I never asked him to be in a relationship with me, but I did tell him that in order for us to be that I would need some sort of commitment.
Whose choice was it for y'all to have a friendship?
It was mine. His nickname for me is Pretty. So I know that he likes me, but I enjoy the friendship. I enjoy going out to eat.
I'm frustrated. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm frustrated. Like, come on. You said you know he likes you.
At least he wants to have sex. I know that much.
Okay.
Have you been dating other people in this time? Yes. And I talked to him about that. We're not having sex. I'm having sex with somebody else. Wait.
I'm so frustrated. Bro, what is happening? I got gotta talk to you about your relationship problems. I gotta be there to vent to. I'm shopping with you. We going out. We eating. I'm paying for the meals. It ain't like she put her credit card down and she somebody else. That's just crazy to me. Be honest. Don't lie. Is the other you and your boyfriend?
I don't have a boyfriend.
Exactly.
But he gotta be your boyfriend.
Oh my God.
So what's the issue? Why are you not entertaining going to that level? You're not attracted to him whatsoever?
I mean,
you don't like him.
No. I don't want to mess up the friendship because literally, like, he is the only man that I have around that I can depend on.
Okay, wait.
I don't want to mess up the relationship.
This needs to be a conversation of 3 types of emotions: emotional maturity, emotional responsibility, and emotional integrity. Come on. It don't sound like you're practicing good emotional integrity to keep someone around that you know how they feel about you. And I'm gonna reap all the benefits because I know he likes me. And I'm gonna come and confide to him about all the men that I'm sleeping with and what I'm doing. You have to have some integrity in how you dealing with that man. Because it's kind of messed up. Shoe on the other foot. We don't like guys that do that. And it's not your emotional responsibility to cut things off, but you have to have the emotional integrity and maturity to say, I don't need to stay friends with this person in this space. You started off by saying, this is my best friend, baby. This is not what friendship is made of. This is some We sit here listening like, girl, this is painful to hear on his behalf. He at home crying right now.
No, don't post this. Do not post this.
It is actually her responsibility, to be honest. It is her responsibility. Essentially what she's doing right now, well, do you want this? And no, she knows exactly what she wants and she knows exactly what she's doing. She is thinking that this guy is somebody. I can probably guarantee that this man can come to Thanksgiving anytime he wants to. This guy, with the way she's talking to him, talking about him, he can probably come to Christmas anytime he wants to. Special occasions, birthdays, he's probably going to be there. He can probably buy her one of the most expensive gifts or a very thoughtful gift. He'll buy that for her. And then he'll be like, man, you mean so much to me. He'll probably be the one that goes last when giving birthday speeches. You mean so much to me, our friendship. And he'll be trying to make multiple passes at her. Anybody and everybody can see what's going on. Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles will be able to see what's going on, but she'll keep him at bay. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's got this man firmly in the friend zone, and she's getting put through the mattress by another dude because she don't want to be in a relationship. Saying to myself, if I can have this guy put me through the mattress and I don't got to commit to him, then why would I? I'm getting all my emotional needs handled by this guy over here. Now, when I go into a phase of wanting companionship, that's when me and old boy are going to get together. It's going to be, man, you and Jerome been at it for 10 years. Why don't you go ahead and get with that guy? What are you waiting on? I guess I should. And now this woman want to play a whole bunch of Jagged Edge. Meet me at the altar and shut up. Shut that stuff down. You playing games. If you really wanted to and you really know you should, hey, I think we're good friends and I think you're feeling me, but I don't know if I'm interested in you like that. So I don't want you to think that you have to continue to do all of these things for me and, you're not really getting anything from me on my end. I don't want you to keep on doing that type of stuff. That would be the mature thing to do. But we're dealing with modern women, so we're not going to get that type of stuff.
Ladies. Even on the day of giving thanks, boy, these think pieces do not stop. Your discretion is advised.
If you decided to go 50-50 with a man and now you guys are happily married or engaged and you're paying 50% of the bills, he's paying the other 50, but somehow you found yourself in the kitchen this holiday doing 100% of the cooking and cleaning, congratulations, babe, you've been scammed.
And scene. Fellas, if you go 50-50 with your woman and now you guys find yourself happily married or happily engaged, and at any point in time in your relationship, you find yourself doing 100% of any maintenance for the cars in a relationship, congratulations, you've been scammed. You know how stupid that sounds? Why can't women want to do things for their men? I know so many women that take pride in going in that kitchen and taking care of business, making sure everybody gets fed properly and that they enjoy the meal. It gives them some kind of joy. But you, on the other hand, say, oh, no, they must be scammed. How? Why? What is y'all issue with people that go 50-50? At some point in time, you're going to have to do 100% of something. At some point in your relationship, it's going to happen. And so just because she decided to get in the kitchen and take care of business and make a wonderful meal for her family, she's been scammed? The projections on some of you, I just don't understand it. If you are so happy, if you know that, oh, I'm not going 50-50 with nobody, I ain't got to deal with none of that, why can't you just do that in peace? Why can't you allow the people that do want to go 50-50 to do their own thing in peace? Why must you get on here and make such an ass of yourself for someone that claims to be so happy with the decision? You can't possibly be. You spend more time talking about other people's situations than your very own. That's how I know a lot of y'all are not really happy. But you know what? Fortunately for y'all, you ain't gotta listen to shit I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep it change.
I don't want to say this but I am. There's not really any like men these days. Like, you know what, like masculine men. When I'm talking about masculine, I don't mean like bulk dudes, like, like dumb right now. I'm talking about like masculine men. Like, where are those guys?
What
you know, like someone like my brother and my dad. They're
what makes a masculine? Yeah, what do you want in a masculine man? Like change a tire type?
It has nothing to do with looks. It's just a guy who can just like support you and like no jealousy. Just like, you know, it's not easy dating me, you know, because, you know, like I said, I'm kind of like an alpha, you know, so I got to meet someone who's more alpha than me.
So you want more alpha? You don't want a beta?
No,
because a lot of the alpha homegirls that I have a little bit more of a beta boyfriend situation.
Because I have dated someone that was very, very a yes man, and it was very sweet, but then it gets boring.
You just don't know what they want. You couldn't even answer the question. He says, what is a masculine? What do you consider a masculine man to be? And she couldn't even tell you. Somebody who supports you and is not jealous is a masculine man? That's your answer? Somebody's more alpha than you?
Women, when they fight with men, their goal is to get men frazzled, right? Crazed. And what is the most annoying thing that happens in a fight when it comes to male-female dynamics? The most annoying thing to women is when guys don't get frazzled, when they're just like, sure, honey, whatever. You know what? You want to scream, yell, I got stuff to do. And then they will get bigger and crazier, and the crazy eyes will come out because they have to know, they have to try to rattle you. Right? And some guys will not allow themselves to be rattled. And those are obviously the best, most stable, most sane guys. Right? But it's also the guys and those are the guys that also maintain authority in their house and whatnot, because they're letting you know, honey, you get to act like crazy person. I'm not going to be, no, it's not going to work on me.
No broke boys, no new friends. I'm not pushing, give me my tens. Ain't no lie, ain't no shade, but come.
Congratulations, you found a clown. He's literally on his knees juggling like a jester. I need you to really understand something. Security is knowing what you want and not accepting anything less, and being confident enough to voice that and express how they feel. Being insecure is allowing somebody to do anything in fear they might leave you, which is why you find most OF girls dating people who look like this. They always find a completely weak man who is utterly insecure with himself in order for them to be able to do whatever they feel like doing. And then they wonder why their boyfriends don't protect them. Literally, they just use these guys as shelters, right? Oh, I'm done partying, time to go back to his house. That's pretty much what you date these men for, and we can be honest about it and open. I mean, it's their fault for allowing it to happen, so I'm degrading them as well, morons. It's really not a flex, because you will never get a man that can truly protect you, take care of you, and give you the life that you want. You can find a man that allows you to experience the men you wish you could have. You have the man that allows you to get and dumped by these types of men, but you will never have that lavish lifestyle every day you wake up. It'll always be a fleeting moment, and it will always be a constant chase. Who's the next man? Because once somebody already had you, guess what? You're used up. So now you got to find another rich man. It will always be an endless cycle of you not having enough. And you thinking that these men flying you out and buying you stuff so they can nut on your back and send you home means that you have access to these men, but you don't. You are just pretty enough to get used by them.
When he goes quiet, please know that he's not ignoring you. He is saving you. You know how it works with most women. We talk to untangle the chaos that we've created in our heads. We need the words out loud to see some sort of path. He is wired completely different. When the weight hits him, he doesn't reach for you first. He goes quiet, not because he's mad, not because he's done with you, but because his mind is at war with himself. So let him work through it on his own terms. For him, talking about the problem with no solution yet feels like a failure. It feels like dumping broken glass on your lap and saying, hey, fix this for me. He hates that. So he carries it inside, chews on it for a little while. That silence that you feel is rejection. It's not. It is your protection. He's shielding you from the storm while he is still standing in the middle of it, dealing with it on his own. Some men go even deeper. They lock the door, kill the noise, and don't come out until they have that problem, or at least have created a solution for it. Until he has an answer, until he can walk back in with you and say, it's handled, I've got it, the words feel useless to him. The worst thing you can do is chase him into that cave and demand that he acts like you would. No, the best thing you can do for him is simple. Give him the space that he desperately needs in that moment. Let him know that you're there, you're calm, and you're not going anywhere. But again, give him that space. Sometimes love looks like sitting on the couch beside your man who hasn't said a word in hours. Just be present with him, because when he finally speaks, it will not be to complain. It will be to tell you that the war is over and he's made sure you never had to fight it. That is how he loves. Quietly, completely, alone first, so you never have to be. So thank him.
Who wants to be with a man that's going to ignore them when they need them the most? Who? Nobody. You're setting yourself up for failure. What if you really do need him, or you really do need his financial help, or you get into a situation where you need him to help you and he just ignores you? You're going to feel stupid. You know, like, this man likes you enough to roll around on the mattress with you, but he can't even give you no money for A, B, C, and D. Okay? That don't make no sense. So, stop letting these guys get to date 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, be seen out in public with you, up their status, have you as arm candy when they ain't even bought you nothing yet, invested in you at all, doesn't like you enough to meet your standards. Stop dealing with that. Okay? Because y'all are falling right into the trap of just being temporary, you know, arm candy and gotten nothing in return but some free food. Don't do it anymore.
I mean, they did actually buy her something. If they've gotten to date 3, 4, 5, they did actually buy her something. They were on a date. They went to dinner. If you're going by the minimum, you're doing $100 a plate, that's $200. $100 a plate, that's $400 off my pocket, off my account, right? So I've already spent $400 on you. And if the date is 2 hours, we're not even talking about getting ready before and after the date. We're talking about just the date in and of itself. I've spent 2 hours sitting here talking to you. 2 hours. I could have had all of that done with somebody that probably looks better than you, that probably gives me a better experience, for probably cheaper. And it would have only been like 30 minutes to an hour. Only been 30 minutes to an hour to be messing around with this type of person, right? But I'm out here in your face, messing with you, trying to actually get to know you. Well, you can't even get any money out of them. You've gotten $400 out of them, $300 to $400 out of them already. We're not talking about, hey, you know, I'm on my way. Do you mind sending me an Uber? I guess I can swing it. Let's go ahead. We're not talking about the really generous men that might say, you know what? I have a little bit of faith in you. Maybe we can give you some money for the babysitter. I'll pay for that. I really want to get to know you. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about the flowers that he's probably going to bring you by probably date 2 or 3. We're not talking about in between hangouts where, hey man, I'm in town, you know, I'm off work, you want to go to lunch. We're not talking about those. And you've gotten 6 hours, 8 hours out of him, plus $300 to $400. So I think at that point in time, he's given enough. He's given more than enough. Modern women, they overinflate their value and their ego, and so they think they deserve more.
If my husband walks in and tells me that he's hungry, he needs to cook for himself. I refuse to cook for him. The other day while making breakfast, my husband walks in and he's like, oh, can I have some? And I'm like, no, this is for me and my children. You could go ahead and go in the fridge, get your eggs, get your bacon, and make yourself some breakfast. My job is to make sure that my kids are fed. I don't need to feed a grown man. He could feed himself. I don't care if you've been working 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, you're still gonna go ahead and cook for yourself. If not, there's a McDonald's right up the road. Same goes for my stepson. I'm not gonna cook for you, you're not my child. And people are like, oh, but you said you cook for your family, your husband is your family. My kids are my family. My husband is family just by a piece of paper. My kids are blood related to me. That's my family. I will not cook for a grown man. If I'm making dinner, you're lucky if you eat leftovers. If not, make your own dinner because I won't be making it for you. Or you could just starve.
She is Super Saiyan beyond selfish, completely useless, but then the husband caught wind of her shenanigans. Let's watch.
So my husband decided to drain our joint bank account and leave me after so much controversy on my videos. So on my main page, I made a video about how I didn't want to cook breakfast for my husband because I didn't want to go out of my way from making scrambled eggs to making a fried egg for him. And I said that he could do it himself. I don't cook for my husband. I never have, and I'm not going to be starting today. I'm sorry. I guess he got, wind of the videos, and yeah, he drained our bank account, and he has told me that I have to leave.
Yes.
Good job, my brother. We rocking with you.
There's not many videos that I lose all hope for humanity, and this would have been the one if it did not conclude in this optimal way. If anybody knows who this man is, please send him my contact information. I'd like to throw him an entire freedom party right here on the platform. He finally emancipated himself from the hellscape that is this woman.
Thought he was the one that's going to be gone and that I was going to be able to stay here, but he returned and he said that I need to pack up my things and go. I told him absolutely not because I have children and me and my children are not going to be in the street. So I told him that he has to evict me. And the one that gave him this idea of leaving me was his birth giver. Yes.
His mom?
His mother was the one that gave him the grand idea to leave me.
Birth giver is wild. This man dealt with your for 15 years. And you know what? That actually makes sense because he had gotten so much in a situation of happy life, happy wife. He enabled the consequence-free zone that she operated in. So of course she's going to be disrespectful towards him to let all this information free on the internet.
I said I wouldn't talk about my dating life on here, but I feel like I cannot be the only one who feels alone in this. Just went on a first date, and this is no offense to this man, obviously. Perfectly fine, normal, lovely date. It's getting to the point, though, that that's the problem. Like, there's just nothing happening. And I just feel no sparks and no chemistry with people, and I feel bad. Because I feel like it's just me. I'm going out with really handsome, accomplished, interesting people, and I feel nothing. I feel like I'm just another girl. Like I'm one of a million and there's just nothing special about me.
Honey, you're too picky. You're too picky. This is not a movie. This is not The Notebook. And now you are expecting this guy to be every possible thing that you need him to be. And in the process, you are Xing out guy after guy after guy after guy that are good quality men because it's just not enough for you.
Okay, let me say this slow because some of you are still romanticizing. If you're dating a woman right now and you don't look for these 5 things, you're not hoping for love. You're gambling with your sanity. First, does she support you or does she compete with you? Because if every win of yours makes her quiet, weird, or sarcastic, that's insecurity. A woman who's meant for you doesn't see you as someone to beat. If she needs to outdo you to feel powerful, she'll destroy the relationship just to protect her ego. Love doesn't feel like a power struggle. If it does, you already lost. Second, can she take accountability without turning into the victim? Watch carefully. When you bring something up, does she listen or do the tears start, the excuses roll in, and suddenly you're apologizing? If she can't say I was wrong without collapsing, she will gaslight for the rest of your life. No accountability means no growth. Third, is she emotionally consistent or just addictive? And don't lie to yourself here. If she's loving today, distant tomorrow, obsessed next week, and gone the next, that's not chemistry. That's trauma bonding. You're not in love. You're hooked. Peace feels boring only when you're addicted to chaos. The one doesn't keep you guessing. She doesn't confuse you. You know where you stand because her energy doesn't lie. Fourth, does she respect your boundaries or punish you for them? This one exposes everything. If you say no and she pulls away, if you set a boundary and she guilt trips you, if your limits make her cold, dramatic, or distant, that's not love, that's control. Anyone who makes you feel bad for having boundaries is proving exactly why you needed them in the first place. Fifth, does she choose you when it's inconvenient? Not when it's fun, not when it's easy, not when you're winning. When life is messy, when emotions are uncomfortable, when staying requires effort. Because attraction shows up when it benefits you. Commitment shows up when it costs you. Anyone can love you at your best. The one stays when there's nothing to gain. If you have to convince her to choose you, she's not the one. If you're constantly proving your worth, you're already losing. The right woman doesn't drain you, she grounds you. And if this triggered you, good. That means somewhere inside, you know exactly what you've been tolerating.
You don't cook and you don't clean.
No, because when the default goes for women to cook and clean in a relationship, then I think that's also why so many people are struggling in relationships, because that's labor. So compared to women's labor, compared to men's labor, if he takes care of all the bills, it's still 5 jobs compared to his.
No. My husband does blue collar work, and what I do at home is nothing compared to what he does outside the house.
Okay.
And what does your husband do for work?
Oh, he does construction.
Does he do heavy machinery or is he more
forklift, boom lifts, all kinds of lifts? Him doing what he's doing, coming home baked, looking like a freaking lobster. I'm not gonna complain about what I do at home.
And he supports the whole family.
Absolutely. Yeah. And all I'm doing is, what am I doing? Cooking, cleaning.
What if you were working too? Like, would you want him to also clean and cook too?
He offers, but I tell him, no, sit your down. Do not do a thing. You were just out there for like 12, 14, 16, sometimes 18 or more hours.
Oh, damn.
Why am I going to make him do all that? If it weren't for him, we wouldn't be in the building we're in. We wouldn't have the things that we have all around us.
Yeah.
So it's like they are literally the backbone to our society, building the infrastructure that we have all around us, the technology and all of that.
Yeah.
You know, so I actually put my husband on that highest level of respect when it comes to the line of work he does. Because if it weren't for him and everybody else, where would we be?
Unpopular opinion. Being a man has to be one of the most difficult things in this world, because when I hear some of the requests that women have and how they can contradict themselves, I get confused. It's like, I don't need you to be too sensitive, but how dare you not share your feelings and your emotions with me? I need you to be a good leader, but understand that I won't be following you and I won't be listening to you, and you can't lead me anywhere. But be a good leader. Be strong and show a level of vulnerability, but not too much, because then strength and vulnerability cannot coexist together, because now I'm going to think that you weak. I want you to be truthful and honest, but not too truthful to where you telling me the truth about me, and now I got to feel some type of way towards you, because you're supposed to be on my side at all points in time.
Come on.
Read my mind, but don't you dare assume that you know what I'm thinking. Meet my needs, even though I'm not going to tell you what my needs are all the time, but I expect for you to just know somehow. Be financially stable, but make sure you have a whole bunch of time, even though it takes time to make money. Now, when you hear some of these requests out loud and you see how they contradict themselves, don't it sound silly? And wouldn't you be just as confused as he is?
Somebody give this woman the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, what's interesting is that between the dichotomy of her statements, it's clear to see how illogical a modern woman's definition of what a real man is. But the irony is that only a real woman would understand the points that she's making. A mature woman would agree with her, while the immature will defend. Know the difference.
And it's kind of like, you know, you think about what Jedediah said. His woman's complaining about, man, I'm going out with accomplished people. These are good guys, but I don't feel anything. You're being too picky. Modern women wouldn't know what a spark was if they got hit by thunder. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know what a spark felt like, what a jolt felt like if a lightning bolt hit them. They wouldn't even know what it looks like. They wouldn't even understand it because they're looking for something else. They're searching for something. Oh, this is a good guy. It's a good candidate. But, I think with my value, with my prowess, with my money, with my fame, quote unquote, with my, especially if you on social media, you quote unquote an influencer, you got a little bit of a following. Well, my following is currency. So, I need a man that's an athlete. I think with 1 million followers, I should be able to get a man that's an athlete. He's an NBA player, or some of these women. I should be able to get a politician. I should be able to get the president of the United States. And they're dead serious. They're dead serious. They think that this is the type of person that they deserve. This is the type of man that they deserve. I don't know where you got that from. Y'all don't really understand. Y'all are not that important. You're sitting on the internet day in and day out crying about how you can't get your life together. You're sitting on the internet day in and day out talking about how you can't do things right. That's not really, it's not really valuable. Not really. There's other things that you could be doing. I mean, I guess in a way it could be for women who can't figure things out, but we can really say you can't figure it out because once again, you're too picky. It's already been figured out for you. Men have already figured it out. This is how you stop the problem that you're having. But most modern women don't want to stop that problem. They want that problem. They want to be rescued by one of these men that they deem good men. Well, I don't want any man that makes less than $250,000. But all these other guys are good guys. They only make 150 and I want 250 for my lifestyle. All right. What a loser.